Hi everyone, this is Ashwin here. In this video, we are going to see about how to detect anomalies in stock prices. So anomaly detection keeps on rising because of various cybersecurity threats and other IoT devices also we could use. So stock prices is also we can use it for anomaly detection, because sometimes if the stock is going so much up or drastically falling down, means we can detect those and we can buy or sell at those times, because those points might be an anomaly. So for this example, I'm going to use GameStop shares. I'm going to download the data from Yahoo Finance and we will do the analysis. We will use three types of anomaly detection. One is using Z-score, the second one is isolation forest, and the third one is seasonal decomposition. So we will analyze all three of them, and you can also test with different parameters to see how much threshold you have to fix for detecting these anomalies to define the confidence threshold. So let's start with this again. If you have any type of continuous values apart from stock price, it can be a sensors or it can be any continuous variable. So you can use the same approach for other data sets. So first, let's import the modules. Import modules. So first one will be, I have to install Yahoo Finance. Why Finance? I will install it quietly. So I already installed it, so I will command this down. Then I will install all the necessary packages. So import pandas as pd, import numpy, then matplotlib, plot, and we have to import the Yahoo Finance. So Y Finance as YF. Then we will import those three additional modules which we will use it for anomaly detection. So from scikit-learn.ensemble, import isolation forest from stats model. Okay, stats models.tsa.seasonal, import seasonal decompose. Then we will go in this order. From scipy.stats, import Z-score. If any one of the module is missing, means you can just use the above pip install that module name to install all the necessary packages. Lastly, I will import warnings to avoid those warnings that is displayed in the notebook. So warnings dot filter warnings, ignore. Okay, I think it's not there. Let me just run this quickly. Okay, let me run this. Okay, this is also missing. I will just add this and rerun this. So Q is for like quiet, so it won't display additional loading progress in the screen. I just want to make it very clean. Okay, all the modules has been imported now. Let's load the dataset. Okay, as I said, I'm going to use GameStop shares. So ticker equals GME, then df equals yf dot download of ticker. So start date, I will start from 2019 03 01. and end date 2025 0301. Okay, interval will be 1 day. Okay, so for this I just need the closing prices. I don't need high, low and other values. So for that I will just do some basic pre-processing. So here you can see so many columns are there. So I just need this close. So what I'm going to do is df equals df of close, and I will rename this df dot rename of columns close and value, then df dot index dot name equals date. Again display this. Okay, now you can see we have the date and value. You can ignore these things, only these values are important for us. So we have the dates and value. Let's display a plot the prices or stock price. So we will use that matplotlib. So plot.figure fixed size, I will use like 12,16. Then plot df of index x-axis, df of value will be the y-axis, label GME price, plot dot title GME prices, or dot Excel label. So these are like optional, but for clear visualization I'm going to add everything. So plot dot y label price, then plot dot legend and plot dot show. Let's run this. Okay, now you can clearly see from 2019 to 20 there is not much of oscillation. Maybe we can change the dates to 2020. Okay, now here you can see there is a big anomalies here, and it's like rising up to more than $80 and falling again to less than $20, again rising to 60. It's just like a meme stock, so it's going up and down. And so whenever there is anomalous events happening, we can plot those points, and we can use that point for getting more information. So whenever you have like past data of stock prices, we can use this methods, and whenever new data comes, we can try to plot those points whether any anomalous events are happened recently. So with those events we can get to conclusion whether we can buy the stock or sell the stock for getting some profits, at least for this use case. Okay, let's do the main part. Anomaly deduction. Okay, first calculate z-score. I think I will also have this in the calculate z-score. Okay, this is much better. Now df of z-score equals z-score of df of value, and define threshold for anomaly. So threshold I'm going to define as 3, and df of anomaly z-score equals df of z-score of absolute greater than threshold. So this is one way. All these methods I will just plot it in a single graph for comparison. So this is first part. Let's do the second, which is isolation forest. Isolation forest. So here I will just store the values in x variable. So df of value dot values, and then initialize and fit isolation forest. Isolation forest equals isolation forest of contamination 0.01, random state 42, then df of anomaly isolation forest equals isolation forest dot fit predict, and then x equals -1. So this will just give you whenever there is a anomaly detected, it will just represented by -1. Let's run this. So it will just give you like true or false. So all these columns will contain like true or false, because we are having some condition here based on the threshold or based on some value. Then we will do seasonal decomposition. Seasonal decomposition. So decompose the time series. Decomposition composition equals seasonal decompose of df of value, then model equals additive period equals 30, and then df of residuals equals decomposition dot resid. So we are using the residual values to identify anomalies in this case. So here also we will define residual threshold, df of anomaly residual equals the same. We have to get the absolute value, residuals dot absolute value greater than, okay, I have to define the threshold, residual threshold equals maybe 10. Again, these values you can change based on the data you are using. You just have to like experiment with these values and visualize the graph to clearly see in the past data whether the algorithm finding the anomalies correctly or not. So residual threshold. Okay, we have determined all the scores. Just display the head. Now you can see these are the z-scores, anomaly z-score true or false, residuals, anomaly isolation, everything we have true or false. We are going to plot these three columns with the stock prices to see where the anomalous events have occurred. Plot anomalies. Okay, again plot dot figure fixed size, it will be a big figure, so 15 comma 12. You can adjust the size if you want. So plotting z-score, so plot dot subplot of totally 3 graphs we will have, 1 comma 1. So plot dot plot of the same as before, so df of index, df of value, then label equals GME price, or I will just define it as stock price, because if you want to try with another stock, you can just change the ticker value here. Just change this and you can use it for Apple, Microsoft, etc. Okay, this will give you a line chart. Then we will use the scatter plot. So plot dot scatter of, again, df of index of df of anomaly z-score. We are just getting the true mask variable from this, so it will just plot these indexes alone at the certain point, and then we will have df of value of the anomaly. Okay, the same thing, but this will just have the true or false values. So I will explain what's happening here. I'll just copy and paste this. Okay, then I will plot the color red and label will be anomalies. Okay, so here this is just like a masking index, so it will just only return the rows which have true values. So here also we are getting the value column, but it will just filter out only the true values from this. So for example, copy this and paste it here. Okay, it's incomplete, so I have to add this. Okay, it's already added. Run this. So here you can see it is skipping dates and is just having the values which have anomaly z-score as true. So that's how it works. We will just plot these points in the graph. So after doing the scatter plot, we will add the title, x label, y label like before. Plot dot title z-score anomaly detection, then plot dot x label date and y label price, then plot dot legend. So we have to do the same for 3 times. So I'll just repeat the same. So here we will plot isolation forest anomalies. Okay, so here 3 1 2 and this will be same, but here it will be anomaly isolation forest, same here. Okay, then here also we will do the same, isolation forest anomaly detection. Okay, everything is correct. And then lastly we will have residual anomalies. Maybe here also I will have residuals instead of seasonal decomposition. So here this will be 3 and just change the corresponding columns. Anomaly residual, same here. and again just copy the residual. Okay, everything is done. Finally plot dot tight layout and plot dot show. Let's run this. Okay, so each algorithm gives you like different results, as you can see here. In the z-score, because of the higher threshold, it will just it is just giving you the extreme anomalies based on the data given. And in the isolation forest, we have like multiple points compared to z-score. Here also we can see the anomalous regions are identified. And in the residuals, you can clearly see it has found like multiple anomalous both in the peak and the bottom. So from my use case, I would say residual anomaly detection like performs better. But again, you have to like try with different scores. Maybe even for z score, let's try with threshold as 2 and then try this again. Sorry, I should define the threshold value now. Okay, now you can see more points are occurring in the z-score anomaly detection. You can also specify some points, like if you want in the middle means you can specify it as 2.5. Let's try that and run this. Now at least the points are minimal and we are detecting like anomalies here. So we have to define the points in the training or validation set, so that if you are testing it in real time, it will work much better, because this threshold tuning is very important based on the algorithm you are choosing. Even for isolation forest and residuals, you just have to like define the threshold. Even for residual, if you increase the threshold, means it will give you less number of points. So let's try that, maybe 15, and run this again. Now you can see the number of points are very less compared to before. So I would say I just want anomalies which have high confidence, so that it just detect extreme anomalies. So I would just choose 15 for this, and if some anomalous events occurred with this talk, we could easily identify, because you can see, right, after going to extreme highs and lows, it just normalized, because the stock movements were steady, and again one extreme happened here. So we have to calculate the threshold correctly. So that's it for basic anomaly detection, guys. We can also try with LSTM or deep learning methods to find anomalies. So I think that's pretty much it. If you have tested with other methods, please leave a comment below. It will be very helpful for others. And yeah, if you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. See you guys in the next video.